Touchdown, Alabama, let's get it.
The process, no one can stop this. Hottest show in the streets, I bet you can't top this. Rammer, jammer, yellow hammer, come see how we rock this. Alabama fans the best, there's no way you can top this. Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
The process.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome into The Process, Crimson Tide Recruiting. I am your host, Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the notification bell, be notified when we drop content on our YouTube channel. As always, I'm here each week to break down the latest Crimson Tide football recruiting news. And on today's episode, there's actually a lot to talk about with National Signing Day, the first signing day of the 2023 recruiting cycle. The early signing period is quickly creeping up upon us now, with it being in the middle of December. We are officially a couple of weeks away, and a little bit over a couple of weeks away, and there's a lot going on. So I want to discuss it on this episode of The Process, and let's dive right into it. Starting with 2023 5-star recruits James Smith and Quay Russo. I feel like we talked about these kids every episode for the last couple of months, I would say, and it is deservedly so, just based on their talent level, what they bring to the table. And we all know that they are priority targets for the Crimson Tide in the 2023 recruiting class. They have constantly said that they were going to officially visit Alabama. That was not a secret. They have always told me in recent interviews that I've talked, when I got an opportunity to talk with them, that they were going to visit Alabama officially in December, but they didn't have a date in the past. Now they have a date in place. They will officially visit Alabama during the weekend of December 9th, the second weekend in the month of December. So the Crimson Tide will get these guys on campus for an official visit. But I will keep in mind that there's a bit of a gap in between, like a week gap in between that official visit date and the National Signing Day, which could open up the door for some schools to for them to do a couple of things in terms of their recruitment in that particular week. So I'll keep my eyes on that week, but I also keep my eyes on the fact that college coaches will have an opportunity soon here to get on the road and talk with these kids, get an opportunity to go to their homes. So you're going to see Nick Saban possibly on this helicopter, possibly going out to a lot of schools, going inside kids' homes over the next couple of weeks here pretty soon. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in Montgomery and check in on Quay Russo and James Smith. Like I said, both priority targets for Alabama in this 2023 class. When I always talk about Smith, the bully, dominant defensive lineman, I think he's one of the guys the Crimson Tide need on their team if they want to change things around in terms of their defensive front. Quay Russo, what's not to like about this kid? He has the size. If you ever had an opportunity to see him in person, you're just going to look at him and say, yo, this kid needs to be playing on Saturdays this Saturday in college football. That's just how he looks in terms of his frame and how put together he is as a linebacker prospect. But he also has great closing speed, plays sideline to sideline beautifully. It is really exciting to watch him play at that linebacker position. It has been a joy to watch him play over the last couple of years for Carver Montgomery. On the other side of signing day coming up, you also have to look at it being flip season. You got to try to hold on to your commits, with teams trying to pull them away, trying to build up their recruiting class. And Alabama usually has to fight for this in every recruiting cycle because, Alabama recruits some of the best prospects, and some other schools want those prospects and vice versa. Alabama wants prospects who are verbally committed to other schools. So it's just something that happens across college football. So the Crimson Tide are being targeted, I think, a little bit more heavily than they have in the past in terms of people trying to pull recruits from them. And guys who we heard about, Caleb Downs, of course, took an unofficial visit to Ohio State over the weekend to watch the Buckeyes take on the Michigan Wolverines. Of course, he was in town, got an opportunity to hang out with some Ohio State coaches and players and all that goes on with an unofficial visit, and also got an opportunity to experience the atmosphere that the game provides. So Ohio State is a team to at least keep your eyes on. I think the Tide are still in a good position with Caleb Downs, but you definitely have to keep your eyes on the Buckeyes because we know that Ohio State is considered one of the top programs in college football. Downs seems to have a good relationship with them. It's just something to at least keep your eyes on, but I think the Tide are in a good position with him. I feel they're also still in a really solid position with Justice Haynes, the 5-star running back out of Georgia. Georgia legacy, of course, the Bulldogs are going to try to continue to push for him, which is expected. This was expected as soon as he verbally committed to the Crimson Tide, but he basically fought back against those rumors recently, basically saying that it was news to him once he saw a report that said he was committing and flipping his commitment from Alabama to Georgia. So the Tide looks to be in a solid position with both of those guys. But I'll also keep my eyes on Tony Mitchell, the 5-star defensive back out of Thompson High School in Alabama. He tells everyone that he's locked in with the Crimson Tide. He has told me that as well. And he's a great kid, definitely deserving of that 5-star rating. I've loved to watch his growth throughout his time at Thompson High School, even before he started going to Thompson officially. When he was an 8th grader, getting offers from schools like Mississippi State and verbally committing to Tennessee soon after. So his recruitment has come a long way, but the Aggies have been involved in it for a minute now, even going back to when before he committed to the Crimson Tide, he said that he could see himself playing for the Aggies. He always talks about his relationship with them, which is why he has consistently taken visits to College Station to visit Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher, and the Texas A&M coaching staff. So the Aggies are going to be a threat. It looks to be all the way down to the end, with Mitchell expected to take an official visit to Texas A&M in December. So that is something else to keep your eyes on. He says he's locked in. That's pretty much what every kid say, but it's just something to keep your eyes on. That is one I will pay a lot of attention to heading down the stretch in terms of guys flipping from Alabama to another school at this point in the 2023 recruiting cycle. The last thing I want to hit on today is that Alabama did have a big recruiting weekend last weekend for the Iron Bowl game. Great environment. Stadium really seemed to be rocking, and some top recruits were able to make it to Tuscaloosa, including 5-star defensive end edge rusher Keon Keeley, who is looking at programs like Ohio State, Alabama, Notre Dame, and others. Florida is one of those schools as well. Continues to look like an Alabama-Ohio State battle. I think it was absolutely huge that Alabama got him on campus for an Iron Bowl visit. I'm pretty sure they were excited to get him on campus for that, especially with Ohio State, the other team that he is considering having the biggest game in college football over the weekend, most likely of the year, with both teams being undefeated, and the impact that it has had on the college football playoff landscape. So getting Keon Keeley on campus, in my opinion, was big for Alabama. I still think it's a tough fight between them and Ohio State. I have given Alabama the edge in the past. I continue to give them that slight edge. At one point, I thought Ohio State had closed the gap, and that seemed to have been what it was in terms of Buckeyes recruiting him. But I feel the Tide still have that edge over Ohio State at the moment if I had to make a prediction on today. The Tide also were able to get 4-star linebacker Arion Carter on campus once again. He's visited Alabama several times, just picking up an offer from the Tide, and I think Alabama is in the driver's seat. I think that's safe to say that Alabama is safely and securely in the driver's seat for the one-time Memphis commit. And so we'll see what happens with Carter, an explosive, fast-rising linebacker out of Tennessee. But that is what I want to talk about in this episode of The Process. Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Subscribers, hit that notification bell, be notified when I drop content on YouTube channel. Then head over to touchdownalabama.com, pick up your subscription. Then head to the Google Play Store if you have an Android device to download the Touchdown Alabama app. It's also located in the Apple App Store if you have an Apple device. As always, I am Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama.
Process.